Our business is a race against time. You're out there in the dust and the debris and the danger. It's barnstorming wide dead open all the time.
Watch your leg here like you get nailed in. Yeah. I was cutting that post and it landed right on my head.
We're barnstormers. I mean, we take old barns that are falling down, recycle the wood. Hell, like right now, we've got 5 barns and cabins waiting on us. It's a challenge because there's only so many of them.
The barns are dwindling.
We're trying to save as many of these structures as we can.
Southeast Kentucky blues. Ain't that sort of like bear hunting? Yeah, doggy. Sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. We got the bear this time. Walk the bear here. Come here.
We're barnstormers. I mean, you think of barnstorming as like something's barnstormed, you go in and rip it out and get it down the road, get it on the trucks, get it in the mill, and tell Brooke to sell the hell out of it quickly.
I am a barnstormer.
Barnstorming is taking a piece of history that's about to be torn down and turned into junk and bringing it back to make something beautiful.
We turn those barns into something really cool. I think the coolest thing about barnstorming is really taking history and having it in somebody's home. They can tell that story for years and years.
I'm the one that makes all the flooring here, and it's raw, and we turn it into something special.
New York to Laguna Beach, California, Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Locally grown, locally made.
Really funky furniture.
We actually do complete log cabins.
That stuff is just incredible.
We do beams, like timbers. In the barns, you get all these big hanging beams. Somebody in their kitchen wants a few vaulted beams in the ceiling. We do wall boarding, ceiling boarding, furniture, planter boxes. With John Carloptis, we're doing planter boxes out of reclaimed wood. And we're doing 2 shows this weekend. We're putting up a barn at the horse park. We're decorating a stall on a horse farm. It's barnstorming all the time. You know, we recycle history and recycle stuff, so I named the company after my family farm in Montgomery County that's now a not so pretty industrial park.
George is like nobody I've ever met. Full of personality.
George is a character.
You don't get any more personality than you do from George.
This will be in somebody's house sooner or later. Let's hope sooner. One of the coolest cabins I got one time was, if I didn't get it, they were going to bulldoze it and burn it down.
George knows this business better than anybody.
It's a race against time.
The race on the barn, from taking it down to turning it into product, into cash, is a challenge.
You know, it's a hard economic time, and we're trying to make money, and it can be hard sometimes.
Oh, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, bourbon, horses, beautiful women, you know. Come on now.
It's a very interesting environment.
It's nothing special, but kind of fancy.
Characters are crazy. One's crazier than the next. Being the only woman in the office is rather rough at times, but the biggest job I have is just coordinating and making sure that all these guys do what they say they're going to do.
Brooke is awesome.
She's got class.
She's the person that's always there, always level-headed.
Brooke is the one who holds us all together here.
Because I'm kind of like a little butterfly. He's kind of a pretty boy. I'm kind of the dirty boy. Vance is important to the company. He knows the ropes.
Been here with Longwood for about 7 years now.
Grew up on the same place.
Been best buddies for our whole entire lives.
I'd say Vance is the calm, most normal person of the bunch.
You know, he's clean cut.
More of this, and he's more of this.
And our customers see me and then Vance and Brooke as a team, and they say, wow, we're getting everything here. Skates, we want those 2 windows. Bobby, new guy. Skates, he's a new kid.
I have a few names around here they call me. Bobby, Skates.
Skates, He is the pretty boy construction boy, I guess you'd say.
I like skates. I think he's great.
I do a little bit of everything.
I think he's 25 or 6.
I love working with wood. I love working with antiques.
The new kid's working out pretty good.
My name is David Oder, the guy that tears down barns.
Dave Oder is one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
He's probably taken down 300 barns.
Spent 35 years as an engineer on the railroad.
He is a kind person.
Yeah, before I started on the railroad, I was a pilot in the Navy.
Flew blimps.
Of course, I flew other heavier and narrow things too, but blimps were my specialty.
He's almost 80 years old, climbing on the top of the barn and ripping off the siding just so he can come into my office and show me the sample.
You can judge how hot it is by how far Huckleberry's tongue's hanging out. You seen Huckleberry? You know Huckleberry? Where is Huckleberry?
You got Huckleberry there, let's let it roll.
The Huckleberry. Huckleberry's a new kid too.
Huckleberry.
He is part of the team. He goes with us everywhere we go.
He thinks he's a lap dog. In these old barns, you never know what you're gonna find. You know, it's like opening up a Christmas present.
The old guy that sold me this thing thinks there's a jar of gold in here, Herman. He's been out here every day looking. And he's still in town, so he hasn't found it.
You know, the barns were a catch-all. Oh, the chair broke off, the leg broke off that chair. I'll fix it one day, throw it in the barn. And that's one of the fun parts of it. You're in the barn and you're trying to beat Dave Oder because he's over there looking.
All the trinkets, and George calls them trinkets. Any trinket that'll fit in my pocket belongs to me.
It's a race to see who can put the most trinkets in their pocket.
If it won't fit in my pocket, it belongs to George.
You might find a needle in a haystack, or you might find a jar of gold coins.
It's every day is a different story.
And you never know what the story's going to be.
They suspected the slave cook of poisoning their children.
The cook poisoned the kids.
Now that lady was unaware of these tombstones for these infants. And we were unaware of that story until we talked to each other.
You know, something happened there that was pretty important in American history.
All of us done.
Crawl.
Oh, here we go.
Holy crap.
It's what they tell us was a slave cell or a slave pen. The slavery experts believe they confined slaves in this room.
I also found a big rat trap one time.
We do try to find the history of every barn that we come across.
Look at that, Jim.
What is it, about 1860, 70?
Yeah, it's 1860, right before the Civil War.
We love to possess that history and pass that along.
Love to promote the history of the barns because that's the romance.
When I got my dream guitar, I had it delivered here, and this guy runs out there. That guy runs out there, picks it up and strums it before me. 10 years I've done this guitar. 10 years. He picks it up first. I never really expressed how much that hurt me.
Sorry about that.
Come on down Lexington and try for a while. The Wildcats win and you don't drink gin. Everybody is next up, kid. Come on down Longwood.
Huckleberry, yeah! Come here.